On bent, Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
As far as Stewart, just outside the penalty area, clips it central for David Dunn. David Dunn equalises. It just had to be. Dax corner and it goes. Glance towards goal, and Rovers have taken the lead. And Charlie Mulgrew has scored his 14th of the season.
Rovers fans, welcome back to yet another watch along. I'll just quickly adjust my camera. There we go. Welcome back to another Rovers Chat live stream on the watch along for the game, of course, between Blackburn Rovers and Coventry City. Of course, we do have the first game after the international break. And how good is it to be back for a Rovers game? First of all, we do have to mention before anything else, I just want to say a massive congratulations to my fellow contributors on Rovers Chat for the FCA Silver, I should say. What an award that is. Absolutely hats off to all of us. We all deserve it. To the likes of Ryan, to Joe, who made me, fall in love with his channel, and to the main man himself, Silent Dan. I know he's just helped me a ton there, just getting all this stuff ready. So I hope he's still here. Mate, you are the reason why this channel is what it is, why this group is what it is. So thank you so much. And, we all deserve this. I'll give everyone a shout out to the likes of Alex, to Glenn. I know I've, shouted out Joe and Ryan already. But to everyone, to Chris Hayes, to all the written content, to the likes of, your Sam Potters, your Matt Moons, to everyone, Glenn Entwistle, we all deserve this. So thank you so much for letting me be involved. It's been an absolute privilege, and to get an FCA Silver, to be recognised on the level that we were, was absolutely unbelievable. So so thanks to all that voted, to all of you in the comments that voted for us, to everyone that supported the channel. That award's for you lot as much as it is for us. So thank you so much. It was so humbling to see that the other day. So it means a lot. So let's get on to the sponsor messages while we can. We will talk a lot more about the FCAs and how good that was. So we shall start with a quick message from 6yardsout.com.
The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.
Thanks, of course, as always, to 6yardsout.com and Blue Rose Capital for their continued support over the journey and of this wonderful channel. It always means a lot. Of course, now if you give me a moment, we will quickly run through the Rovers team. The biggest surprise is probably seeing Ben Britton Diaz on the bench for Rovers. A lot of people thought that he wouldn't be involved today after playing for Chile just yesterday. But at the end of the day, we should never, ever be surprised with Ben Britton Diaz. His story is insane. For goodness sake, he's got a street named after him in Chile. Like, no one knows what in the world's going on anymore. But Ben Britton Diaz is in the matchday squad. He won't start from the off, but at least he is on the bench for Rovers this afternoon, which no one really expected whatsoever. So 2 start for Rovers. A few changes. It looks like a 5-back, but Thomas Kaminski will start in goal. Ryan Nyambe is back. Darragh Lenihan is back. Daniel Ayala will play as well. Jan-Paul van Hecke makes his first Rovers start and first Rovers appearance, for that matter, in an official game after playing in a closed-doors game against Manchester United at Old Trafford the other week. Teo Eden is in there. Lewis Travis, Joe Rothwell, John Buckley, Tyree Stolen, and to round it off, another player who was a doubt for this game, Sam Gallagher, will lead the line for Rovers. It'll be interesting to see what formation. It reads a little bit like a 5-back, with obviously Jan-Paul van Hecke and Ayala and Lenihan in a back 3. Although I suppose we won't know until kickoff, really, I suppose. But we'll have to see. Like I say, it does look like a change of shape. That might work, it might not work. But I suppose we critique it at full time and not before. I always like to critique things after the fact rather than before, because you've got to give it a chance. I believe anyway. A lot of fans in the comments may think differently. And speaking of which, get your reactions to that team in the comments, and I'll bring that up on the screen as soon as I can. Speaking of the comments, we'll start with a man who I shouted out just before in the little intro, just talking about Rovers Chat. One of our absolutely brilliant contributors in Chris Hayes, saying, "Afternoon to you good folk out there. We are living in a Diaz world, aren't we ever? I've got myself a Pepsi. Why not? If I can put it in frame. Look at that. It's absolutely class. Like, the whole Diaz story, just mind blowing. Like, even still to this day, I still just can't believe it, to be fair. Like, how that story has gone from Ben Brereton he was at the time. We hadn't even been corrected about, spelling his English name or pronouncing his English name, from, what was it, like 9 goals in 81 appearances or something like that, to then having 13 in 15 for club and country. Mental. So, it's great to see, and we are living in a Diaz world, and it's awesome. David saying congratulations. I'm assuming that's for the FCAs. Thank you so much for your support over here. I know you're a Leeds fan, but thank you anyway. Does mean a lot, of course, to get all this support. David says, "Hi, come on, Rovers." He likes to look at the team. Obviously, we knew that it was going to be, a bit of a makeshift one, or we thought it might be a bit of a makeshift one, with Diaz not starting today. And it does prove to be the case. Teo Eden, I thought he looked really, really good against Blackpool. In a bit of a higher role than I expected. He looked like a winger at most times at Bloomfield Road. So, whether he plays in that position again or whether he plays at left back a bit more defensive, is how we sort of, the player we thought of get when we signed him, we'll have to see. But he looked very, very good. Probably our best player. I'm just in the comment from Chris there. I'll get to that in a moment. But he was probably our best player against Blackpool, I thought. And if he puts a performance in that again, it'll be awesome. Matthew says, "Don't have a lot of options, to be honest. Match them up." I mean, you're right. We don't, do we? I haven't even had a look at the Coventry lineup yet. I've just come across from another live stream. So I'll read that one out to you at the moment. But I want to see how Coventry line up, to see if we have matched up with them, or if it's a case of just playing with what we've got and seeing it from there. But it definitely is it looks like a change of shape. To me, anyway. That's how I read it. So whether we've done it to directly match up with Coventry, or to, if it's a case of just playing with what we've got, I'm not too sure. But Callum O'Hare makes his 100th Coventry appearance this afternoon. That's a big milestone for him. And he is part of the team, which is as follows. Simon Moore is in goal. Michael Rose, Cal Fadian, Liam Kelly, Callum O'Hare, Ben Sheaf, Dom Hyam, Victor Gyökeres, Tyler Walker, Todd Kane, and Fankati Dabo. On the bench, Ben Wilson, Jody Jones, Jamie Allen, Martin Waghorn, Jordan Shipley, Fabio Tavares, and Gustavo Hamer rounds out the team for Coventry. Let's dip back into the comments once again. Ollie James, after a 7-week break and being AWOL, I am back. I've missed catching the lives, but 27 concerts in 5.5 weeks. I can't read, I do apologise. Gave me no time. I hope all is good with you, Ollie, and the rest of the Rovers Chat guys. Well, I am very good, thank you, and a lot of the Rovers Chat lads are too, especially after the last few days. It's been a euphoric last few days, just celebrating the awards and all that. But yeah, we're all good. I'm all good over here in Oz, and it's great to see you back. 7788 says, with how shaky our backline has been, I'm not surprised with the back five. I suppose not. I mean, I would have liked to have seen us play a back four and just keep that consistent structure that we've been going with for the rest of the season, with Ayala and Lenihan playing in that partnership. But maybe a back five might work today. I just have to bring up the game, actually. I just don't want to forget to do that, so I might just do it quickly. But yeah, we're gonna have to see, aren't we? It's gonna be interesting to see what the picture looks like at kickoff, how we line up. Because if we line up in a back five, it might send a message that we're going to play defensive and put a lot behind the ball. But I suppose we'll find out very, very soon, in about 20 minutes' time, what the picture looks like. McGlaw not even on the bench, a bit harsh in my opinion. I've just got the commentary from Warren Lucy and Neil Yardley. That's the one I'm looking for. I don't know why. I don't know where that's come from, but there you go. In fact, if I did that, then that would probably go. But I do actually want to hear myself rather than hear so many at once. Chris Hayes says, if Diaz scores, you have to do the Ben Brereton dance. I thought about it today. I need to learn it first. I know it's not the most simplistic. Not the most challenging one. It's quite simplistic, but I will learn it. I've commit myself to learning it, and I think midweek is QPR. I won't do it today. If he scores midweek, I'll do it then. That's a promise. Rumor has it a Diaz statue going next to the Uncle Jack's coming soon. I hope so. Could you imagine that? That would just add another crazy element to a crazy story. And I'm just going to leave this one up for a little while. I might leave this one up for a few minutes because, honestly, that was one of the greatest moments. Just to see, like, I've been here for 9 months, doing various written pieces and various like watch-alongs and video content. But I know a lot of people who deserve this award more than I do. Like people like Silent Dan, who spent years behind this. Ryan Hildred, who was the original Mr. Watchalong. Joe Harvey. You've got the people that go way back, the likes of Alex Lomax, Tom Schofield, Ollie Hayworth. These are all people that have been here way longer than I have and have put, so much into this that I'm so happy to see succeed. And they say that good things happen to good people, and a lot of good people got a good reward the other day. I'm absolutely thrilled for everyone. Andy Watson. See, even I'm forgetting so many people that are just going to come to my head, but everyone deserves this. Everyone behind this page deserves it, and it's for the fans as well. It really is. It's brought all of Rovers Chat together. All of our little community has been brought together by a little piece of paper in a frame. That's what it is to its core. But behind that, it's so much more than that. It's an award that just shows how much work we put into this. And it does mean the absolute world. I woke up at 1:30 over here on the Friday morning, got on a call at about 6 o'clock with 3 brilliant people. There's a chance that one of them's here. She hasn't. I don't know if she's missed a watch along at the 3 o'clock kickoff, 3 p.m. kickoff. But I know the time's changed over here to take it to 1 a.m. So she might not be here, but she's been here most watch alongs, and she's been in the comments, and I watched it with her, saw it in, and that was a good moment. It was a really good moment being able to see that, being able to see us get the silver and all of us celebrating and then going to school for the final time as a student, the final day of classes and everyone getting around me saying, thank you, well done, you deserve it. It was a great day, and it all started with the watch along. So the watch along for the FCAs, it means a lot. And I will say it, I'll keep reminding you how much it means to all of us here at Rovers Chat, because it really does mean a lot. So thanks again. All right, Scott says, hi, hello to you, mate. I hope you are well wherever you're watching from. Diaz is only going to get better with it getting in Chile and Blackburn now. It's mental. I hope he stays, but I mean, if we do have to sell him, I hope he doesn't go in January. We've got the 1-year extension, so we've still got the chance to sell him for money at the end of the season, wherever we finish in the league. I want to say that we'll go up. I don't think we will. If we can get a decent finish, maybe even sell Brio at the end of the season if we have to, and then reinvest. I don't know, but we'll sort of have to see from there. I just want to say the early kickoff 4-1 to Fulham against QPR. It's a massive result. Big win for Fulham. Big win for Fulham. So that's a good early kickoff for them. We're back. Flavio, City Mirasol. He's back. What a guy. In Brazil. So we're getting some South American listeners. We've had a lot from Chile. Now we've got some representatives from Brazil. Hope you are well. Very, very nice. Very happy to have you here. As always, if we are 6th in January, no point selling him or nothing scenario. Yes, I don't think we sell him if we're 6th. And the thing is, we're under no pressure to sell either, because we do have that 1-year extension, which we will trigger undoubtedly at the end of the season. Whether we keep him for that year, I'm not so sure. Obviously, we might, trigger that extension and sell him, but we don't want to lose him on a free. But if we are 6th come January, we've got to try and go all out to send ourselves up. Whether we get up is another issue, but I definitely agree 100%. Congrats on the award, guys, says Ollie. Well deserved for all the hard work you put in. Silver this year, going for gold in 2022. The road to gold starts right now. The road to gold starts right now. And let's say, can I just say, I don't have a bad word to say about Sheffield United Way, about the podcast or about the channel that, you know, got the gold in our category. Like, I've watched some of their content before, their quality, and, you know, very, very deserved winners. But that being said, we want that gold next year. Whether Sheffield United will be in the Premier League, so we don't have to compete with them. Obviously, we'll have to compete with the teams that come down, of course, if Sheffield United do go up. But we want that gold. We're not resting on silver. While the silver is brilliant, we want to try and see if we can go over and above, and see if we can get that gold next year. So the road to gold starts now. Going to put that out there. Got a Coventry fan in the comments. Queen Lizzie with the Coventry badge, Vinny Furlong. Again, good to have you here. And to everyone that is here, please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. You know, all the new followers we get, it does mean a lot. But hopefully your team don't do too well today, Vinny. Hopefully Rovers can get the job done. So then, other than today and the reverse fixture at the, I think it's called the Coventry Building Society Arena. I don't know. The Rico. I'm going to call it the Rico because that's what I've known it as. Other than this game and the return game at the Rico, best of luck for the rest of the season. And good to have you here as always. It will be a tough game, I agree. Coventry have started the season like a house on fire. So hopefully we can just be a little bit of an extinguisher today and get the job done. What do you think the score will be? I'm going to say a 1-1 draw today. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I know that very rarely I predict Rovers not to win. Highfield Road, there we go. We might even flash it back. Of course, I've said this off air. Ollie. We have the Chile, Messi, anything's possible. Agreed. But that's just one hypothetical scenario. Sheffield United going up is one hypothetical scenario, right? There's so many. Another that includes Rovers going up, which infinitely I would prefer more than Sheffield United going up. But it's just one scenario. Hopefully it is Rovers that do go up, by the way. Definitely. 2-1 says Scott Taylor. Would take that 100%. Only one South American, Gustavo. The one thing about Gustavo Hamer, right? Whenever I've seen him play, I've viewed him a quality footballer. So Vinny, while you're here, I've seen that he's on the bench today. Can you give us a reason why? Is it selection? I haven't seen any of Coventry this season. Has he been out the team the whole season? Is it a case of, you know, coming back from injury? Why is Hamer on the bench? Because I think he's a quality footballer. Do we have any idea when Diaz got back? Has he even slept? Does he even need sleep before he's in? Well, he played Australian time. I think he kicked off at 12 o'clock. 12 midday on Friday. And we're now at pretty much 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. So he's had about 36 hours since he was playing for Chile to then come back and play for Rovers. Crazy. Shouldn't Diaz be self-isolating? I'm not sure what the rules are. Really not sure what the rules are at this point. Going 3-1 for Rovers, would take that. You see a cameraman on the screen there, on my screen. Vinny says thank you for the shout. No worries. I wouldn't mind a reason why Hamer isn't playing if you can offer me one. But no worries. Thanks for being here. He says Cov 2-1. Now I don't agree with that. I think I hope that doesn't happen. But thanks for being here nonetheless. I do really appreciate it. Just want to have a look at this Rovers team. So Kaminsky in goal expected. Brilliant to have Lenihan back and Nyambe back. Nyambe, I think, is one of the best right backs in the league, so it's nice to have him back. Lenihan, still underrated centre half. So we'll take that. Jan Paul van Hekke, bit of an unknown quantity. We're not sure what he's like because he's not played officially yet in a Rovers shirt, so he'll get his first look. Teo Eden, thought he was brilliant against Blackpool, as I said before. So if he can put in the same performance, it's quality, and that midfield and attack really speaks for itself. We know what we're getting with everyone there, and obviously we do have Diaz on the bench, so I'm sure that the viewership will peak at around 60 minutes when he inevitably comes on, and all the Chileans then rush in once Diaz scores again. I will do that dance next week if he scores. I will do it. I promise. He's now classified as an elite footballer. He's immune from COVID. I tell you what, I wouldn't like a COVID outbreak in the Rovers camp. That wouldn't be nice. But no, he's elite. He's elite. 2-1 Rovers. Dolan and Teo Eden take that definitely. Teo Eden did look promising last week, so hopefully he can get a goal. Hopefully Dan Butterworth comes on today. I do want to go through a little bit of Rovers news relating to a striker. In Sam Burns. I get Sam Burns and Sam Barnes confused. It was Sam Burns who went out on loan today to FC United of Manchester in the 8th tier of English football. I thought he'd be in the matchday squad today with our, lack of options up top with, potentially Dolan out, Gallagher out, and Diaz out, but all three of those are in the squad today. So I suppose maybe he is surplus to requirements at the moment. We play as a squad, however, Hamer had an injury. Okay, right. Yeah, I thought that, might be something like that because Hamer, when I've seen him play, no disrespect to Coventry, but I think that his best football might be away from Coventry. I think he might play in the Premier League. And you could say a lot about that Rovers team as well. I mean, you could say a lot of players saying, hopefully they're playing Premier League football with Rovers soon. But there's a lot of Rovers players. I'd say Travis is one. Rothwell's potentially one. Buckley, definitely Tyrese Dolan. Definitely Ben Brayton. Probably Ryan Niambe. Maybe Thomas Kaminski could play Premier League football one day. And I think Gustavo Hamer is one for Coventry that could. Callum O'Hare probably could for Coventry from what I've seen of him. Victor Gyökeres, has been on the books of the Premier League club before in Swansea. I think he'll get back there the way he's playing. So there's a lot of players that could play Premier League football, but I think Hamer is one of them. Whether that's with Coventry, time will tell. Luton scored 5 against Coventry, and Coventry scored 4 against Fulham. They look unpredictable. Interesting team. But I mean, to be fair, Coventry have been relatively consistent and a positive form of consistent from a Coventry point of view because they're third in the league, knocking on the door of the top two. They've been decent, haven't they, really? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they get the job done today. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully Rovers can get the win and we can move from there. Another Diaz comment, absolutely quality. It's been a while. Oh, he's back. Now he's back. He's back because we've got the Kaminski predictions for the goals. Very, very nice. Absolutely quality. Ollie, please do excuse my ignorance. I do want to go back to the comment up the top here that you put in right at the start. Now, obviously, I'm new to the watch-along hosting. 27 concerts in 5.5 weeks. Are you there as a fan or are you there as a band? And that'll sound like a stupid question, but I'm genuinely interested. And if it's a band you're performing in, where can I find you and where can I listen to your stuff? That's probably common knowledge to most of you, but I'm just unawares. So I do apologise. Gallagher has COVID, immune from COVID, and has been and being dropped. Oh, sorry, I misread that. I mean, he's been okay this season, Gally. He's been all right this season. Dropping him would be harsh. But decent comment nonetheless. Probably leader of comment of the day so far. As we're moving ever closer to kickoff, it's now 5-1 over here, so we've got 5 minutes. I'll tell you what, it is really, really frustrating having the kickoff times an hour later now. It's really annoying. So I'm gonna have to try extra hard to stay awake, even more than I was doing. I think it was during the Blackpool game that I nearly got sent to sleep. But now with that extra hour, it's going to be even tougher to go to sleep, especially after being awake for about 20 hours on Friday after waking up at 1:30. This is going to be a tough one, but I'll get through it. I have to try the water tactic, can't I? Maybe I might try that now. This is what I used to do. Off camera. Yeah, I know. And then that 1 o'clock go to 2. They go to 2, which is a right pain. So, so there you go. Rub them in the eyes. This might be a weird one. Just a bit of water here. Bit of Coles Australian spring water. And just quick rub around the eyes. It keeps you awake. There we go. Should keep me awake for at least, should buy me a bit of time. Forrest is saying he's cost me some green for sure. He has. Hopefully there's some more as well today. Hopefully Gally can get a goal and maybe cost you another £5. Who knows? My friend is the lead singer for the Wendy James band. She was a singer for the group called Transvision Vamp. 11 top 40 hits. After the VIPs do merch. And Wendy's page. Fair enough. Awesome. Awesome. I'll have a look at that off air. I'll have a look at that once I'm off air. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Thanks for letting me know. Predictions on how Van Hecker will perform. Hopefully good. He's had some, experience in the Eredivisie, which admittedly different league, but not a bad league. And hopefully he can translate that to the Championship. Today's game will show whether Luton was a freak result or a trend. I mean, you've had the international break. I think both clubs needed it. Even after one bad result, you can say that you needed it because it was worse than a bad result, that Luton game for you, that wasn't it? It was a horrendous game, a horrendous day at the office. So, if you win today, you're probably back on track. If you lose today, Coventry fans will be getting a bit worried. Not that you really should be worried, because being 4th or 5th after just into double-figure games is not bad. And I think any Coventry fan probably would have taken 4th or 5th after, this point in the season. Howdy, Jared. Second that. Hello to you too. Touring Europe in 2022 and Australia in 2023. Australia in 20... Oh, I might have to get myself there, Get down to Melbourne. Maybe I might have to get myself there. Bit of a Rovers chatception as the Rovers and Coventry players walk out. Rovers, of course, in blue and white at home, which is class to see. Jean-Paul Van Hecker, first Rovers appearance. He's a tall lad. He's a really tall lad. Yeah. If you're over here, Ollie, we might have to get a bit of a Rovers chatception going on. If you're coming over, we'll have to organise something. I'll be old enough to have a beer at that time, so I might have to shout you. Van Hecker, as Dutch players go, can't be any worse than writers. Maybe, or probably not. Not setting the bar too high there. Chris Hayes, my friend, your Twitter is fire. He's good. He's good on Twitter, is Chris Hayes. He's really good. He comes out with some zingers at times. Vamos Ben. I tell you what, speaking of Ben, if you haven't seen the song, and I've forgotten the band that... Oh, true. Kadri's not even in the squad. I've just clocked that. Kadri, I don't even know. If you haven't seen the song, though, by the way, the Ben Brayton song, I'm going to get the band that sing it because I don't want to get this wrong. There's a new song that's just come out. I say a song. It's a sort of like a verse, if you will, but it's brilliant. The name of the band's on the tip of my tongue. I've forgotten it, but yeah, there you go. Renzo, that's it. Renzo Music. Yeah, they're brilliant. It's put a big smile on my face seeing that today. But they've released a song. If you haven't seen it, go and check them out. Renzo, absolutely class. Will Coventry do a Reading? Who knows? I mean, Reading started the season like a house on fire and then stopped. So whether Coventry do the same will take time. Tonsillitis for Kadri. Okay, at least it's an injury and not a selection. Because if it was selection, I would have been fuming. As it's a minute's silence or applause. Looks like applause for the NHS, which is awesome to see. Really good to see that they're getting the recognition that they deserve. Because I tell you what, even though I don't live in the UK, just hearing and seeing the work that they've done to combat the pandemic has been amazing. So it's good to see that they're getting the recognition. And the new scoreboard. New Rovers scoreboard. Nice. It pops out of the stand a bit. Not too bad. Can't probably do a Barnsley. Barnsley or a Reading? Put your answer to the question in the comments because it's going to be an interesting one. Stayed with Melbourne friends in Templestowe. Not too familiar. But if you're over here again, give us a call and we can sort something. I'd be happy to. Can you do a time check in a minute? I mean, when the game kicks off, for sure, mate, for sure. Was supposed to be at Ewood today. Had tickets, but got COVID, so I can't go. That's a right shame. Oh, mate, that's horrible. Do apologise. Hopefully, this can, it might not be the same as being there, but hopefully it can fill the void for you. But that's a shame. Love the Gartler. Freed from his eyes. Now Ben is on fire. Get that round, Ewood, please. Or Brio's on fire. Your defence is terrified. As all players take the knee. Again, showing that there is a fight against racism present. It's awesome to see that players are still fighting it. And Rovers from right to left. Coventry in their change strip from left to right. We are away. Oh, Rovers' first game after the international break. Surely it'll be a win. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. In terms of formation, there's Ayala, Lenihan. It looks like a back five to me. Teo Eden as a left wing back. And, oh no, he's giving the ball away though. Not this early, please, no. Good defending to get back and block, but Teo Eden's nearly had a shocker. Rovers survive, and now we're moving the other way through Tyrese Dolan. I'll get back to the comments in a moment, but Teo Eden's nearly had a mare. That would have been a horrendous start to the game. Rovers now go forward themselves. Back to my point, it looks like a back five, so Van Hecker on the right of the three, Ayala central, and Lenihan on the left was, I think, how I saw it. And obviously Teo Eden at left wing back. He's back on the ball again. So yeah, Lenihan left of the three, Ayala central, Van Hecker on the right, and Nyambe at right wing back. He's now bobbing forward. Get there, keep that alive. He has done just about. Can Rovers do something from this? Dolan, central towards Gallagher. And Coventry able to deal with it. Yeah, nearly doing a Blackpool. Yeah. It was a shocking ball from Teo Eden, but we recovered, so it's all right. Let's go back into the comments quickly. As more clears forward. Kane says, I'm a Cov fan, best of luck. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Make sure you do subscribe if you are new to the channel. The best part of that dance video, it's three old, vaguely pear-shaped guys, not hyper-athletic teens bouncing around. It's brilliant. It's one of the greatest things I've seen today and in a while. They're just buzzing for Ben. We're all buzzing for Ben. It's great to see that Brighton Mania has well indeed reached Chile. It's quality. Vinny says, love what's happening at Cov. It's not just league position, but how we play, what we bring to every game. Both team and passion from the Cov support. Yeah. Coventry are a good club. Coventry are a really good club who have been, had some really bad things happen to them, having to move away to play in Northampton and Birmingham and the like. So it's good to see that they're back in Coventry. They're a really honest club. So it's good to see that things are starting to look up now. Matthew says Nyambe goal today. Wouldn't bet on it, but would be class to see if it would happen. Is JRC fully fit yet? No. Hence why he's not in the squad for us. I am way ahead, says Forest City. The damn site pause after you jumps after you pause it. It does. Sorry, I forgot to do a time check. I promised I'd do a time check and I forgot. Yeah, it's hard to actually calibrate everything now. It's a right shame. With iFollow, you could do it. But you can't. Time check now. 3:09, 3:10, 3:11, 3:12, 3:13, 3:14, 3:15, 3:16. That's where I'm at. If you do want to, rewind this a bit, as Buckley puts a ball in. who looped high into the air by McFadden. Now, I'll tell you where the left-hand edge of the penalty area. He get it into the middle. Not quite. Decide to go back to Lenihan. And Francis says, I'm a Sky Blue fan listening from Germany. Thanks for the stream. No worries at all. Thanks for joining us. Just back to the JRC point. I'm not sure when he's going to be back, but hopefully soon. I think he's close to playing for the under 23s. Not fully fit, but shouldn't be too far away. Hopefully a few weeks. Good to see Scott Wharton get a run out today for the under 23s. I lost 3-0 to Man United, but good to see him get a run. As my stream is buffering, and we're back live. Last week of the January transfer window, and Ben hasn't signed a contract. Someone bids 50 million. Do you sell? No, I don't. I think 20. You've got an argument, but 15 I think isn't enough for the season he started with. 20, you think about it. 15, not enough. But good question though. Very good question. Not sure what I think about Coventry's kit, by the way. It's half and half. It's like pink and navy blue. Not sure about the colour scheme. They are the worst half kits on the pitch, definitely. Much prefer the blue and white. Tell you what, we've got a lot of Coventry fans in here. Claire's obviously coming in, showing her support for the Coventry. So to all the Coventry fans, welcome to you all. Hopefully your team gets beat today, but good to have you here. Good to have you here. Like a quality victor. Definitely, that's how I'd sum up Brayton Diaz. That's how I'd sum it up. Unpopular opinion, Niambe and JRC fully fit. Play JRC ahead of Niambe. Was probably an opinion I shared. Or good ball in behind. Start of last season. Galley looks to pull it across. Rovers have got themselves a corner. So really good ball in behind towards Sam Gallagher, who looks to cut it back. But he's won us a corner. And Rovers maybe a chance to go 1-0 up here. Oh, the comments are rolling, and this is brilliant. But yeah, a lot of Coventry fans in here, so make sure you do all subscribe if you are new to the channel. It was an opinion I shared, probably having JRC over Niambe. I don't think I share it now. I think Niambe is a better player than JRC is in that position anyway. Obviously, JRC is versatile. You can play him almost anywhere, which is why he's quality. As we wait for this corner to be delivered in. Do Forest have a sell-on clause with Brio? Not that I'm aware of. And certainly, if they do have one, it isn't as big as Newcastle's with Armstrong. 40%. Unbelievable. But I'm not sure if Forest do. And you're probably asking the wrong person, to be honest. As this ball's whipped in from Rothwell. Headed on. Probably headed away in the end. Ayala, second bite of the cherry. Galley looks to help it on. It's not worked out too well. And Coventry could break. And Hecker looks to defend. Buckley does well to cover. Plays the ball forward to Tyrese Dolan, who's offside. He gets behind the defender, gets pulled down in the box, but was offside, so it won't amount to anything. Bit frustrating, that one, because he was standing in offside position. If he's aware of the line, he's onside, and Rovers have got themselves a chance, but not quite. You wear pink and E, would you lose? Cardiff for the last. Yeah, hopefully that. It's a good omen that Coventry are wearing pink and Rovers can get the job done. Today, Claire's a fan of it. Makes one of us. Long ball forward for Coventry. Amounts to nothing, out for a goal kick. Solution, we get Pepsi Max to sponsor us next season, freeing up money to pay Diaz for an improved contract. Would be amazing. We should get some form of Chilean sponsorship, whether it's a big Chilean business or someone like Pepsi Max or Top Underwear or something. If it's something related to Ben's exploits with Chile, would be good. The media last week said Forest do have a sell-on clause. Could you find out how big that is, Steve? Because I've not heard anything about a sell-on clause. I'd assume they would have one because there was a lot of hype around Brayton when he left Forest. Obviously not as big as the one he's got now. As Niambe makes an overlapping run, he'd get the ball in the middle, well defended McFadden. Rovers back in possession. Still with Ty Dolan. He's got Nyambe if he wants. Does well to ignore him and win Rovers a throw. I thought that he would be needed, but he's done really, really well there as Ty Dolan. Nice bit of footwork and won as a throw. Always like Rovers with Kevin Gallagher. Good player he were. What a player. Again, well before my time, but from what I've seen, a brilliant player. Graham is back with his Graham comment, his Colin Hendry comment. Is Colin Hendry starting? It brightens up my watch along every time. Come on, Cov, says Peter. Not been to Ewood Park since the 1990s. That's a long time. I mean, to be fair, as a Rovers fan, I haven't been since 2011, which is way too long. It's going to come up to 10 years soon. I miss it. I say it all the time, but I really miss it. But Peter, good to have you here. A lot of Coventry fans. So if you are, like I said, all of you are welcome here, whether you're a Rovers fan or a Coventry fan. You're all welcome to watch the stream. Make sure you do subscribe, though. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for answering that. Quality. Like I say, I'm based in Oz, so it makes life easier. Missed out Chris Sutton. Yeah, I just want to go back to the Nyambe VJRC point. Nyambe's a better defender. Well, I don't think there are many better defensive right-backs in the league than Nyambe, so that one's a given. JLC is more of a threat going forward. I mean, Nyambe's not bad going forward, though. I think JLC, while he might be slightly better going forward, I think Nyambe offers more as a right-back because he's miles better defensively. But you play different players for different type of games, and that's a good point. Some games will suit Nyambe, some games will suit JLC, but I think if it's end of the world type stuff and you've got to pick one to try and win a game for Rovers, you pick Nyambe. Generally. Played against him 5 times and with him once. Great player and even better guy. In what capacity? What was it? Is it professional, semi-pro, Sunday league? I want a story. This is a bit of a story time here, Ollie, mate. Elaborate. Played for Blackburn and Coventry. Kevin Gallagher. Armstrong is one. David Speedy, I should say. I don't know where I was going with Kevin Speedy. David Speedy. There's Todd Kane, who's playing for Coventry today. Had a loan spell at Rovers. Where in Oz? I'm about an hour away from Melbourne. In a tiny little village called Mount Martha, which probably, population of a few hundred, probably. In fact, no, maybe a few thousand. I should say, sorry, not a few hundred. Love it. I mean, they're always going to be losing, weren't they? They're playing Man City, for goodness sake. But thanks, Peter. Really appreciate the update. Played him at table tennis. Look, here we go. All these comments about, Blackburn and Coventry links. It's class. My gran is better than McClaw. Not sure. Wing backs JLC and Pickering would look good with holding midfielders to cover. Definitely, especially maybe with, if we're thinking holding midfielders, if you're thinking maybe a Bradley Johnson, even when he comes back, he's been playing under 23s recently. So he might be something that might feature in our plans. Boat Project says I'm on the Gold Coast. Oh, another Australian fan. Quality. There's a few of us out here, a few Aussie Rovers fans. It's nice, but no, I'm based in Victoria, mate. We maybe need to do a Rovers Chat Australia meetup then. Got Boat Project, Dizzy Thumbs, Armin. I don't know if he's here today. He usually tunes in. Oh, Rothwell, brilliant feat. Oh, good sliding challenge though. And there's a Coventry free kick for something. I'm not sure what. That doesn't make much sense to me, but there you go. Ramos Rovers, love it. Right, Wegley. That's a bit of a throwback to your old Twitter name, Chris Hayes. That was a throwback, but American international. Went to Geelong and Phillip Island and visited Melbourne saw the legendary Gary Ablett. Oh, what a player. What a player. There was actually a Gary Ablett that played football, didn't he? Didn't he play for Liverpool? I've read about him. But yeah, AFL, what a sport. Originally, Steve, I hope you can still claim me. Obviously don't live there now, but I like to still consider myself an Englishman and an Australian for that matter. But, you know, being born from the northwest of England, being born in the northwest of England and living there for a large part of my life, I hope you can still claim me. So while I don't live in the northwest of England, I hope I can still say I'm from the northwest. I know there is a distinction, but I hope you can still claim me. So technically, yes, even though I don't live there. I'm sure there'll be a couple anyway that obviously still live there. Good Aussie Rovers group. If you're on Facebook, there is actually an Australian and New Zealand Rovers supporters group. So if you're not in that already, join that. Blue and white blood, mate. I do, of course I do. Of course I do. Rovers till I die. Wherever I live, I don't care. Wherever I live, Rovers till I die. Believe blue and white, mate. 100%. South London says RR. Yeah, he's on the Facebook group. Class. All right. I know I'm in there as well. Let's get some good chat going there. Played with and against Kevin Gallagher between 2008 and 2015 Ewood Park in the charity matches for Football Aid. Also played with Dunn, Atkins and Johnson. That's not a bad list. You've got a chance about singing about Callum O'Hare as Coventry win themselves a free kick on the right-hand side here. I've actually looked at the comments quite a lot. There is a game on. Guys, there's a game on, in the words of the great Joe Harvey. Callum O'Hare was limping just before, so not great for any Coventry fans out there, of which there are a lot even on this stream. Why not? With the Pepsi. Brought up in Lytham, now residing in Norfolk. Travel to Amsterdam to watch the games. Every time, Chris, it's class. It's whipped in from the Coventry right, headed away. The first opportunity from Rovers. Dabo looks to switch the play and does so successfully. Back with Sheaf to get the ball into the middle. Should be cleared away for Coventry and is. Oh, sorry, for Rovers and from Rovers and is, should say. Can I just say, obviously, I know with the accurate acronyms, I should say, I know what a few of them mean, and I understand that PUSB will be something Sky Blues. Someone elaborate and fill in the first two words for me. It's obviously something to do with the Sky Blues, because obviously Coventry when they're at home playing Sky Blue, but just let us know. Play up. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Push up. Play up. Yeah, it's definitely play up. It's definitely not a push up. Man U 1 up, says Peter. Thanks for the updates. It's a bit of a Soccer Saturday type stream now. Getting all these updates from other grounds. Play up. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Ollie James says we are fine, Ollie. Haven't broken off into favourite motorway services and favourite crisps yet. For the record, 10B and salt and vinegar McCoy's. Yeah, we're going to go off onto tangent. Salt and vinegar, by the way, best crisps going. I know what you're trying to do. Chris. You're trying to catch us out. I'm too good for that, mate. She is fine, though. Thanks for asking. Play up from the song Jimmy Hill wrote. I'm very surprised to see Burris on the bench. Yeah, so am I. Like, we didn't think that he would be, but he is, and I'm happy with that, definitely. Smiths or Walkers? It's been too long since I've had Walkers, so I'm going to have to say Smiths, just on that basis. It's balls on the edge of the box, cleared away for a Rovers throw. Bit of Motherwell banter. The Ben Brayton comment up the top here, bit of a Diaz comment, love it. And someone watching from Jersey, so welcome to you too. As Eden plays it in field, Travis looks to clip it in, headed away. Coventry break here, not quite. Van Hecker's there, class. He's played all right so far as Van Hecker's a nice 1-2 on the right. Nyambe looks to surge forward. Can he pull it back for someone in the middle? Looks to. Second bite of the cherry is again blocked. Travis gets across to pick up the pieces. Nyambe's on down the line. Can't return the ball back to the former Liverpool Academy man. As Coventry clear the ball forward. Rovers should be able to recycle it though, as it should be pulled back for a Rovers free kick. We had advantage, but not quite brought back as O'Hare streams forward. Played left, and a good block again from Van Hecker, who's everywhere at the moment for Rovers. That Kane got my eye on him. Probably a very forgettable spell on loan at Rovers, wasn't it? Very forgettable. Incredibly forgettable. We're a British selling community here in London. We support Ben Brayton, of course, Rovers right now. Good to have you on board. Good to have you on board. We all support Diaz here. We all support Diaz. Callum O'Hare is the one to watch. Yeah, that's him and Gyökeres are the two that I've sort of seen that have been decent. O'Hare top 5. Behave. Not even top 5 in his position. Behave. Nah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with top 5 in the league or top 5 in his position. He's a good player, but he's not that good. He'll score now, I've said that. Yes, I am. And I'm watching it because I'm in Australia. I can. Oh, parried by Kaminski. Had to be cleared away because it was parried, in the 6-yard box. Back into the danger area, so Rovers do well to clear. Coventry looking to recycle it now. Yeah, Van Hecker's been really good. And there he is again, stepping in. He's been really good so far. Only 21 minutes, so very small sample size. But from what I've seen, looking good. Looking very good. Thanks, Chris. He's answering all these questions for me. It's brilliant. How are we watching it in Oz? Now, this is one I know I can answer because this is an Australian asking me. I've got a season pass, so I bought it at the start of the season, and then it's on Rovers TV. Or you can pay I think it's £10 to watch it, which is about $16. If you want to watch just this game, you could buy it going forward. Dabo now on the ball, blocked by Teo Eden, who's recovered from his earlier mistake. Commentator's curse. It is real. It is real. It happens. I've, commentated a few games and I've said something and, it's happened 5 seconds later. Maybe not that quick, but it's happened. It does exist. How is Eden doing? Had a really poor start. Gave the ball away to give Coventry a chance. Since then, decent. Not quite as good as Blackpool, but then again, he played so well against Blackpool that it's hard to live up to that, so early in the game. But he's been decent. It's a really good ball in behind, though, from Buckley to Nyambe on the Rovers right. Breaks the area, shoots. No way! What a save! So nearly right Nyambe's first Rovers goal. Can I just say, that was a really good effort, too. That wasn't like a tame shot. That was a curling effort. That was a really good effort from Nyambe, who's nearly got himself his first Rovers goal. That would have been unbelievable. Someone was said a Nyambe goal before. Whip back into the middle. It's not going to amount to anything. That's a stunning save from Simon Moore. Nyambe, with his first Rovers goal, nearly cuts in field. That's not a bad effort. Outstretched hand. That's a great save. Oh, that would have just sent me into absolute pandemonium. Ryan Nyambe nearly with his first ever Rovers goal. He's played, 220 times for us, about that. Nearly had his first goal. So Nyambe can shoot. I thought that when that left his boot, that was in for his first ever Rovers goal. That would have sent me into delirium. That would have sent me into near delirium. If you're not watching the game, he's just cutting field from the right. Curling shot on goal that was about that close. And the thing is, he's had a couple of those chances, like where he's nearly scored. And that was the best chance of the game so far, falling to the most unlikely of goal scorers. Would have been brilliant. Edmonds looks a little shaky. I think he's recovered though. He's been mostly solid, despite the earlier mishap. As Buckley's now on the ball, can he move forward? He can. Looks for Nyambe, who so nearly opened his Rovers goal-scoring account minutes ago. Travis now to Buckley. Can he whip a ball in towards Gallagher? Won't get to him. Eden keeps the ball. Was he fouled? Referee says no, and Coventry look to move the other way themselves. Great first touch. Still moving forward. O'Hare out wide left. Shot saved by Kaminski, and Rothwell clears. So end to end now. Was behind the seats when Speed has back with Bennett from Sunderland. Now, I'll tell you what, I've got a story about Gary Bennett. So the local club we've got here in Australia, Mornington, couple hundred fans down here. Like, we have loyal fan base. His son played for our club. Gary Bennett's son played for our club over here in Australia for about 2 years. He was quality. And it was Gary Bennett's son who played 400 times for Sunderland. So I know a bit about him, which is interesting. Okay, you have a bet £10, 10,000 to 1. You can either place a bet on Diaz scoring 25 this season, or Nyambe or Kaminski to score a goal this season. Where does your tenner go? It goes on Brereton. At the moment, you can't go against him. Even though, Nyambe's nearly scored there, I think Brio scoring 25 is more likely, definitely more likely than Kaminski scoring. It doesn't go on Kaminski. You could maybe put a case on Nyambe because he only has to score one. But even still, I'd put it on Brio. Van Heck has been quality. Late challenge from Buckley, free kick for Coventry. And Buckley's going to get booked for it. So yellow card for John Buckley. Matthew said he'd take Nyambe or Kaminski. Well, it's going to be Nyambe out of the two. Nyambe, Kaminski, as Mowbray will bring them on for an attacker at some point during the season. God's sake. Brave man says Ollie about Matthew. Yeah, I'd still put it on Brio. Bucco's still upset from earlier, possibly. Rose win it back now with Gallagher. Paulie gives it away. Now O'Hare for Coventry. So go forward. See if they can propel Coventry into an attack, ball into the middle. A miscue clearance from Ayala, and Coventry have got themselves a corner. Really should have been cleared away. Not quite what Daniel Ayala would have liked. Now Coventry have got a corner and Rovers have got a corner to defend. Do you have any Rovers chat guys at the game today? I know Ryan's there. Not sure about any of the other lads. I don't think Luke is. There might be a couple of others, but I know Ryan's there. Whipped into the middle, headed away, only to the edge of the area. Rovers again should clear and do. Do Coventry look good? They don't look bad. I think, well, they look average. They look average. Rovers look average at the moment. Coventry look average. It's not, yeah, it's an even game, exactly. So I'm going to say no, they don't look good, but they don't look bad either. It's not criticism, it's just been that kind of game so far. And definitely not in pink. Not in pink. Definitely not in pink. Pervader's having a good game so far. Pervader's... He's not been good for us, has he? Not yet. Hopefully he comes on and scores a blinder to win us the game today, but who knows? I agree with Matthew's comment as well, Peter. But yeah, thanks for answering that as well, Matthew. But yeah, I agree. Definitely been an even game. Sheaf looks for O'Hare on the turn. Good from Nyambe, who should get the ball now again and does. As we're somehow approaching half an hour nearly. How's half an hour of this game gone? It's flown by. And a Rovers free kick inside the defensive half. Buckley helps up Kelly, the captain for Coventry. More Brayton comments. Love it. Watford 5, Watford 0, Liverpool 5. Huge gap between the Championship and the Prem. Well, I did a watch game, and someone called the Championship the second Prem when referring to Brentford and how they've come up. They literally called it the second Prem in the comments. Admittedly, this person doesn't live in England, but even still, the second Prem. I thought I'd mention that. Watford were bad. Watford were awful. Ben Foster was their best player, and that was because he was called into action so many times. And, you know, even he conceded 5. Woeful game for them. Ayala now for Rovers. Goes back to Kaminski. Now back to the Spaniard. Looks for options instead. Just goes long forward, but Rovers lose out in possession. Good ball out wide to Dabo. Fizzes one in and it's headed out for a Coventry throw. Robbins has 3 years, but he's signed a new one. Fair enough. Hope he gets an extension. Yeah, he's done great things with Coventry, taking them from League 2 to the Championship. That's a fair effort. So yeah, he probably deserves one. Love it when Watford play poorly. I think they'll come down again with Burnley and with Norwich. As bad as Newcastle are as a team at the moment, I think they'll have enough to stay up with the takeover, which just is a perfect segue into Randolph's comment. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Newcastle, having a lot of friends who support them, almost forced me to watch them. Yeah, they've been a poor side, but, maybe something will happen now for them. Dolan hasn't looked great so far. He's been out of it, hasn't he? He has been really quiet. In terms of the other end of the spectrum, I think Van Heck has been our man of the match so far. And Ty Dolan's been quite quiet on the ball now. Keeps it, goes to Nyambe. Van Hecker. Looks for Gallagher. Tries to flick it on for Teo Eden and he can't keep it on. It's behind for a Coventry goal kick. I'll say, aside from the chance to Nyambe earlier on. There hasn't really been much by way of goal scoring chances. Will they give Bruce another year? I'm surprised they're giving Bruce another game. He's going after Tottenham, especially if they get beat. Dolan was a doubt for this game. Probably isn't fit. Well, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? That he was a doubt coming into this game, and we've played him potentially under strength, which means his ability to perform isn't going to be as high as it would be if he was fully fit. So you can sort of expect that if there's a game there's going to be subpar in, there's going to be one, where he's not fit. It's a fair comment. Now Buckley again. No. Buckley's gone lunging in. There's a free kick for Coventry. Hopefully he just doesn't go to his back pocket. I tell you what, that's a booking. That's probably a booking. Arguably more of a booking than his first one. And I think if he's not on a yellow card there, he probably gets one, does John Buckley, and he's very lucky not to be sent off. Coventry have it inside the box. It's out wide right now. And Buckley draws a foul now. I reckon he's going to get sent off, I hope I'm wrong. I think Buckley's going to get sent off if he's not withdrawn. Can't get the game, says Harley. Have you got a Rovers TV account? Have you gone to the match centre? Have you clicked watch live? I'm not sure. 55 years old, never seen Newcastle win anything. Well, I mean, they did win the championship, if that counts for anything. Buckley needs subbing off. Yeah, I tend to agree. Even take him off now. He's going to get himself sent off. He really is going to get himself sent off. He's quality, but he's going to get himself sent off if he's not careful. Can we just sign Van Heck now? He'd be class to sign. I'd take him. If this is what he's going to produce every week for us, that'd be class. As Diaz is now warming up. Brilliant. Come on, Rovers. What's the love from the Irish Rovers? Just send the telly. Coventry have had more of the ball and more chances. Well, I mean, to be fair, there hasn't been many chances. They've probably had more of the ball. They're just giving it away, as I've said that. And Rovers have got themselves a throw in. But there hasn't been many chances, to be fair. There's been very few. So I wouldn't say more chances, but more of the ball, yeah. Dolan finds Nyambe. Back to Dolan. Buckley. Now Van Hecker. Kaminsky now outfield. Again, Coventry pick up the ball. I've seen better. I've seen better games. Definitely seen better games. But I've probably seen worse. It's not been a great game. One piece of magic could unlock it. Can the man on the ball now, in Tyrese Dolan, provide it? He's got support in Lewis Travis, which he ignores. Instead finds Ryan Nyambe, who goes laterally to Lewis Travis. Lenihan. Teo Eden, now Rothwell. Game needs Diaz. It does. It definitely does. And Hecker goes forward. Let him keep it on. No, he won't. Simon Moore will get there first. Diaz to Buckley at half-time. Perfect substitution for me. Change shape. Get Diaz through the middle. Get him some goals. Buckley. Nyambe. Great ball. Dolan. Megs one. Shot on goal is well saved. But great from Tyrese Dolan. Finally, he's got himself into the game. Really clever nutmeg this. Leaves the Coventry defender for dead. Tough angle to shoot from, but gets it on target. A good save in the end from Simon Moore. On Amazon Fire Stick and it won't come on EFL. I can't help you, mate. I do apologise. It really isn't, Vinny. It really is not a great game at all. But there's been some good moments. Dabo. Ball given away. Nyambe. Travis. Rovers now get it forward. Buckley. Rothwell. Skips inside. Drives. Gallagher. Can he find Rothwell again? Rothwell has fallen in! Come on! Joe Rothwell, you absolute star! Come on! What a run, Joe Rothwell! I said it'd be a moment of class. And that is about as classy as it gets from Joe Rothwell. That is some goal. Picks up the ball midway inside our own half. Plays a 1-2 with Galley. Chips it over Moore and then just follows it in on the line. Joe Rothwell, that is quality. That is absolutely quality, Joe Rothwell. Come on. Come on. Have that. Get in there. Bloody buzzing. Joe Rothwell, you absolute hero. That was absolutely class. And we're a goal up. We're on the ball again. Chance maybe for two. Galley breaks inside the area, wins Rovers a corner. Oh, this game has really sprung to life. It has really, really sprung to life in the last couple of minutes. Unreal scenes. Oh, how good is that? How good is that? I've just got to update the overlay if you give us a moment. I will take that. That is some run from Rothwell. That is some run. As we'll have a corner in a moment that will be drifted in from the right-hand side. I had a feeling, because everyone seems to be ahead of me at the moment, and Vinny let out an expletive, so I wondered if we'd scored. But Coventry still had possession of the ball when he said it. So I wondered if we would go down the end and score, and we did. And then everyone, or most of us, were buzzing. Of course, not the many Coventry fans that are here. And fair play to you for coming out in your droves and coming here as it's whipped in. Not quite amounting to anything. Only cleared as far as Lewis Travis. Goes forward to Gallagher. Moves in field. Can he keep possession? He can. Raging shot on goal. For a fair way out. A bad strike as Kaminsky comes off his line. Takes a touch. Not sure I'm a fan of that, but then clears it upfield. Could Dolan get there? Not quite. I was asking too much of him. I will say, though, for all the Rovers and Coventry fans that are here, there are a lot of you. Make sure you do subscribe to Rovers Chat. Go and follow us over on Twitter as well. You can find all the links to all of our socials down below in that comment section. Make sure to hit that big red subscribe button as well, so you don't miss any of the content, any of the content from the Rovers Chat lads. Is Diaz meant to be isolating? Well, he obviously isn't. He's obviously been approved to play, so no. As now Tayo Eden gets forward. Dolan. Shot on goal is blocked. Can he keep it alive? He does so inside the area. Now finds Nyambe. Buckley to float one in towards the back stick. Headed away, but now Travis to pick up the pieces. I disagree. I think Rovers are pushing on here, looking for a second goal. We don't need the whistle to go yet. Coventry probably do, if anything. That's all good. That's a fair question. Someone else asked it before. There's nothing to apologise for. But he's on the bench, so he's in the matchday squad, so he probably doesn't need to be isolating if that's the case. He probably should be, logically, but it's nothing to apologise for. He's meant to be isolating defenders. One-on-one, run at him. And he's not been given the chance yet because he's still on the bench. I still would take Buckley off at half-time. Someone said there was a red in this game. Chris Hayes. I agree, and I think it's got John Buckley's name all over it. He's on the... Oh, it's Travis on the ball, actually. Breaks into the area. Oh, needed just a slight better pass for Galley. He knows it as well. Yeah, look, love that. Love that comment from Forest City from Jared there. Smash that like button, you Burks. Get that like button smashed. If Diaz had double vaccinations, he doesn't need to isolate. Chile came off the red list. Ash has said 2-0. All right, let's... The face palm. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. Coventry playing the ball around the back. Play switched. So waiting for players to come up with the ball. Just about stays in play. Coventry now still in possession. And the ball is given away. Is it 2? Rothwell breaks into the area again. Cuts it back. It is 2-0! Get in there, Sam Gallagher! Goal and assist for Rothwell! Awful from Coventry. Given away. Put on a silver platter for Sam Gallagher. Moore got a hand to it. Couldn't keep it out. And it's 2-0 to the mighty lads in blue and white. Great pressure, Rovers. It was handed to Rothwell on a silver platter. He took it and ran with it again. He's causing too many problems. Galley slots it. It's 2-0. Forest City is absolutely buzzing. Look at this. What a finish. Side foot from Sam Gallagher. Side foots that in. And it's 2-0 to Rovers on the cusp of half-time. What did I say, naive? What did I say? I said we're pushing for a second. And we bloody gone and got it. Ooh, oh, Gallagher said, ooh, oh, Gallagher. Ooh, oh, Gallagher says, ooh, oh, Gallagher. Come on. Come on. Can we go for a third? Rothwell's got it again. He's been unreal first half. I don't know who he's playing that to. And I'm assuming he's trying to chip the keeper. Despite the fact the keeper's on his line. I don't know who he's trying to play to. But he's been unreal first half. Unreal. I'll change the overlay at half-time, and I'll bring up the super chat as well from Forest City. Five American dollars every time Galley scores. He's gone and scored, and we'll take it. Can I just say, I sort of knew that Rovers were going to score. If possible, if there's a goal, could you delay it a minute? Because for some reason I'm behind. If possible, could you delay it a minute? If something happens. Dabo, that's really good play. There could be a goal here for Coventry. They've hit the post. Were they offside? Was it offside anyway? I think Tyler Walker was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. I think the ball's actually gone in the back of the net, but he's offside. Anyway, thanks for the donation as always, Forest City. And that's why he's put a bet on and he's honoured it every time with Galley. I'll tell you what, that's close. That's very close. Coventry might feel hard done by here. The offside flag has gone up. And Rovers survive. I think Tyler Walker might have been on there. Rest Diaz for Tuesday? No way. No, we need him. 2-0 half-time happy. And that should be the half-time whistle. And is. Great first half Rovers. It was a really boring first 35 minutes. In the last 10, Joe Rothwell just says, all right, I'm running this now. I'm running this now. He was my dance floor. Come dance with me, lads. Got himself a wonderful goal. Picked the ball up just inside our attacking half. Ran with it. Nice 1-2 with Sam Gallagher. And Rothwell followed it in on the line. And then provider turned scorer. And scorer turned provider. Gallagher assisted Rothwell for the first. Rothwell assisted Gallagher for the second. Really smart finish from Sam Gallagher to make it 2. Right on the cusp of the break. 2-0 lead. The scoreboard probably flatters Rovers at the moment. But I do not complain. I don't care. Rovers 2-0 up at the break. Absolutely buzzing. Rovers fans, Coventry fans, let me know what you think of that first half in the comment section. And there's one fan base that is definitely happier than the others at the moment. Rovers buzzing. All Rovers fans should be buzzing with that first half. Let me know, because there's two players that I do want to single out. I'll make it three. The first two are the obvious ones in the fact that, the players with a goal and an assist each in Gallagher and Rothwell. The third player, Jan-Paul van Hecker. Unbelievable first half. He's been such a staunch rearguard. He's been everywhere. Every time he's needed to come and defend, he's defended. And that's why, we complained maybe at the time, like, why are we signing a half-fit centre-half? Why are we not signing one that's fully fit straight in? I tell you, that's why we signed him. Because so far, he has been brilliant. And look, was I sceptical of the team when it was released at a back five? Yes, I was. I was sceptical of a back five. But it's worked so far. And Jan-Paul van Hecker has been a reason why. He's been amazing for us. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. All right, let's go back to the comments. Few Coventry fans. And to be fair, the Coventry fans have been brilliant. There's been a lot of them too. Coventry have a massive fan base. Let's not deny that. And a lot of them are here. If they're not in Ewood, they've been here. So thanks to all the Coventry fans. There you go. 2-0 and your main strikers on the bench. We've still got Diaz to come on. Brilliant. American gambling versus English gambling, maybe. Do the same for Paveda. What, a fiver every time Paveda scores? 5 Great British pounds every time Paveda scores. Go on then. Go on then. All right. Deal. Put my money where my mouth is. Every time Niambe and Kaminsky score, you'll donate a fiver. You don't need to donate anything then. Unless Niambe somehow scores, which he might do, which would be class. How many's Galley scored this season? Has he got 5? What, he got one Middlesbrough opening day against Swansea. Today, got one in the middle at least against. Who did he get in the middle? Oh, he got more than 3. So Swansea, Borough, Cardiff got one. Coventry got one. I think he's got 5. I can't think who his 5th was against. My wallet says it feels like more than 5. Let's have a look then. I think he's got 5. I'll have a quick look. And it has been good to see, by the way. The discussions in the comments, by the way, the full-on conversations that have been going on have been awesome to see. I've not really seen that before on a watch-along stream. It says 9 and 3, so I'm assuming that now means 10 and 4. I'm assuming that's his 4th for the season. I thought he had more than 4, but maybe I was right with the 4 that I named. It might be his 4th, which I thought he had more than that, but there you go. Andres says, Brayton, love it. He's not even been required so far. We haven't even needed him. And we're still doing amazingly. Mrs. just texted me to keep the noise down. Well, to be fair, if it's your noise and it's my noise, then the decibels are high. The decibels are very high. So if you want to turn us down a little bit, just to keep your missus happy, then that's fine. Here's a good question, and it is a good one. Do Diaz and Galley score more than Armour's 29 from last season? Well, Diaz alone is scoring 50. So yes. No, on a serious note, I think they do. Diaz is on pace to outscore Armstrong himself. He won't get 50, but he's on pace for more than 29. And Galley shipping him with goals himself. So yes, I think they do. Throw Dolan in there, and then definitely. Where Pinkett would at your peril. The game's not over yet. I don't want to be that Rovers fan, but obviously Rovers fans, we are conditioned to be pessimistic, aren't we? So we'll have to see. There was a lot of other comments that I've missed even at the moment. So let me go back and find those. Coventry defence is appalling, not been great. Rovers defence has been much better, which has obviously helped. Awesome finish by Galley. I know I said it, but I still do want to bring up this comment because it is a very fair one. Galley, unbelievable finish, side foot. Even with the hand to it, he couldn't get there. Brilliant finish. And you know what? He's been overshadowed by Diaz, and so is everyone. Everyone's pretty much overshadowed Diaz at the moment. Diaz is overshadowing everyone, I should say. But to be fair, Galley's return, 4 goals isn't too bad. in 10 games. Not too bad. Turn up to 11. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hopefully, hopefully Mrs. doesn't mind. Because I throw Davenport into the game, see if he sink or swims. I mean, you could throw Davenport into the game. Maybe if it's like the 70th minute and we're maybe 3-0 up. I know that's wishful thinking, but maybe. I think Davenport's a good player. I remember back to the game against Birmingham, the game that Bradley Dack came back. I thought he was brilliant that day. So he's got the quality, Davenport. There's a lot of fans that aren't a fan of him, but I like him, me. So yeah, give him a run. Here's a quiz question for you. When did Rovers last wear pink? God. I don't think it would have been a time when I was alive. You're going to have to answer that one. No one else is... I'll be very surprised if anyone knows that, but there probably is someone out there that does. I don't think there's been one in my lifetime. I've had a look back at all the Rovers kits. Yeah, I've had a look back at all the Rovers kits, and I haven't seen one. Travanport, that was the one. Travanport, they were class in that game. They were class. Yeah, training kits. Do training kits count? Because that was that 17, 18 we had the salmon one? I think I actually had... No, it was 18, 19, because I think I actually have one of the navy blue with like the salmon pink trim training kit. But if you think actual shirts, I've got no idea. There's not many goals in the championship, by the way, so far. So I have to see how those games eventuate. You're gonna have to answer it though. When we're sponsored by... Oh, you're not having that. You're not having that. You're not having that. No. No. Look at your technicalities. Look at your technicalities. Very sneaky of you. We definitely did have like a salmon pink shirt though. I'm not going to throw it out because obviously we've said the whole pink and Ewood curse. So I'm not going to bring it out, but maybe if we play away once, I might have to bring out the pink. Davenport was meant to be the next Gary Flitcroft. I don't know if anyone at the time compared him to Gary Flitcroft. Unless I didn't see that anyone compared him to Gary Flitcroft, because I didn't see anything that compared him to Gary Flitcroft. But he's been all right for us. He's just not had the run of games he would like. If, what's to say that, after he signed from City, he got the run of games, he could be the Buckley of the team, maybe. Like, as in, embedded into that midfield, playing every game for us. Who knows? But because he's not had the run of games, he's not had the chance. When he does play, I think he's very consistent for us. Consistently good. Sometimes has a bad game, but his bad games are never horrible, and his good games are class. So I'm a big fan of his. And he wears 18, my favourite number, so that's elite. Remember the Luton game, guys? We need another goal. Again, I hate it, but pessimism. Yeah, we do need another goal. We need a third. Luton didn't look like scoring in the first half of the game against us, and still they managed to get two. Came from City. I see the comparison. Yeah, because obviously they both came from City. And if he didn't have the injuries, it would have been great. Well, maybe he might get himself another chance. Hasn't had the run of games because he's too inconsistent. Well, maybe, but also injuries do play a part. He got unlucky last season because he got an injury at a bad time. He was playing some good football, playing some of the best he's played in the Rovers shirt, and then got himself injured and hasn't been able to break back in. I think he's good enough to play for us if he gets there, but not quite. What did Steve Keane say? Good Willie was a Scottish Wayne Rooney, wasn't it? Can I just say, because I'm, obviously in Australia now, and doing commentary over here for some of the local leagues, I'm in contact with a lot of Australian journalism and Australian journalists and journalist pages and whatnot. One of my best mates on the NPL Victoria circuit is a guy called Neil Simons. He's a couple of years older than me, and he runs a page called Kick 360 where he obviously does interviews. And they did one. His page did one with Steve Keane the other day in his time with Melbourne Victory. And I was just saying, like, I don't know what I think about this because obviously I'm not a fan of him because he obviously was one of the reasons why our club went to pot for so long. But it was an interesting read. I read it. Joel says, hi, Cov fan here. One of many. You're not alone. How are Coventry playing? Obviously, we are losing, but as the game been close, Coventry haven't been poor. Again, it's been the moments of class and the moments, moments of brilliance from Rovers that have set them apart. I think 2-0 flatters Rovers. 2-0 is harsh on Coventry. Not complaining at the scoreline, obviously, because we're winning, and that's class. But Coventry haven't been poor. They haven't created a whole lot. They haven't been lethal at all. But they haven't been bad. But Rovers probably deserve to be in front. Maybe a 1-0, probably fairer, but I'll take the 2. Apparently, Steve Keane's a nice guy. Like, on the comment of that post, that of the article, they said, "Oh, Steve Keane's a great guy. Bumps into him, yada yada yada." Like, I just have a preconceived notion that Steve Keane is an absolute, like, he's just not a nice guy, and maybe that's because all because of football and all that. I haven't actually met the guy. Maybe he's a nice lad. Hopefully he is, but I've never met him, so I wouldn't know. Best players of the first half, 3 that I want to single out. Of course, Rothwell. Of course, Gallagher, because they've got a goal and an assist each. And Jan-Paul van Hecker has been amazing. Dolan been quiet. Eden's been quiet. Nyambe's been good. You've had Lenihan, who's not really had to do much. Travis, who's been decent. Buckley, who's been erratic and I thought should have been sent off for a second yellow earlier in the half. Rothwell, obviously, we talked about, has been amazing. So that's how I pretty much summed up. I might do half-time player ratings. Kaminsky, 5, hasn't really had to do much. Nyambe, probably a 7. Lenihan, maybe a 6. Ayala, 6. Van Hecker, an 8. Eden, 5. Travis, a 6. Rothwell, a 6. Buckley, a 5. Dolan, a 5. Gallagher, an 8. Rothwell and Van Heck, definitely. I think Keane was a bit of a yes man, bit of an idiot. I wouldn't call him an idiot because he definitely isn't. He's maybe not. He's not an idiot in football terms because you don't work second, assistant coach at Chelsea and be an idiot. He clearly knows what he's on about, but I don't think they're always right for him. And his managerial career post Blackburn suggests that. Which Rovers kit do you think is all-time best? Now, I love football shirts, by the way, and I agree. Steve Keane, Steve Keane, who knows? I don't like the guy just because he played his part in helping ruin my football club. But there you go. But anyway, back to the football shirt question. I love football shirts. I would say that our third shirt, which I do have and will bring out when we do wear it, is a nomination. Hence why I also love the shirt from the 80s with the Perspex sponsor, and the same reason why I like the McEwing sponsor as well in the 90s. Obviously, that was inspired from. I like yellow and blue. I probably would say 94, 95 home though, just because it's classy and synonymous with success. Yeah, I can see he's an idiot. He's an idiot, but he's a smart idiot, if that makes sense. Like, he obviously knows what he's on about, but in some things, but not in others. That's what I'll say. Not that I want to give him that much respect, because he agreed. What are we going to refer to him as? Yeah. Forget the name of the manager got sacked for him. Yeah. Yes. Can I just say, these are the best probably 3 shirts that we've had. I've got all 3, and it's worth my money. As we're about to get away in this second half, just waiting for the referee to kick things off. But yeah, final thing on Steve. I'm not a fan of his. I don't think any Rovers fan is a fan of his. He obviously knows what he's doing to be assistant coach at Chelsea for so long, but he definitely did ruin our club or play a part in that. So I'm not a fan. Anyway, we're away in the second half. Coventry from right to left, Rovers from left to right, and hopefully we can just continue this. Get the 3rd goal, put this game away, get the 3 points and run. Would be nice. 3rd goal early in the second half would help. And if possible, with the comments, if there's a goal, Can you just wait like until I react to comment it? I know that might be tough, but I do want to see the goal first before I read about it. Surprised Buckley is still on. I am very surprised he hasn't been withdrawn because bit worried he might get sent off. Bit worried. From this point forward, can we call Steve Mr. Potato? If that floats your boat. Does Coventry look to make their first foray forward of the half? It's a good ball out wide. There's option in the middle of Coventry. Nyambe should head away and does. Gallagher comes to receive and does really well to take it past a couple and draw a foul. Probably a booking here for Ben Sheaf, I should think. Probably deserves one, but I don't know if he's going to get it. Time check. The scoreboard isn't on the screen, Chris, so as soon as it comes up, I'll give it you. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 46, 31, 46, 32, 46, 33, 46, 34, 46, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. There you go. There's the time check. Does Mowbray think he can only make subs until the 85th minute? Yeah, so he makes subs too late sometimes, but he also makes them bang on at others. So there you go. Any signs of Diaz warming up? He was warming up before. Currently, he isn't at the present moment, but he was warming up before earlier on in the first half. So he has obviously been warming up, but not yet at the moment. Oh, that's lucky. Buckley was down on the ground, and Coventry were playing the ball forward. And it's just blocked, come off Buckley while he's on the floor. It was rather lucky. It's Dabo and Nyambe in a one-on-one. Nyambe wins out and clears it down the line. He's quality around Nyambe. How we might lose him on a free is dreadful because he's a top player. How we've let his contract run down, and we've said this for so many players, Lenihan, Rothwell, Diaz, how we've let this happen is a shambles. Just come back from Chile, should be warm enough. Yeah, he was playing football 36 hours ago for Chile. Not bad preparation. As Eden can't quite get the ball under his spell, and it's out for a Coventry corner. Is Johnson ready? Be good for him to come on for Bucco, then Diaz for Galley later. Or Johnson, is he on the bench? I don't think he is. This ball's whipped in. Free header, and Kaminsky just does the job, tips it over the bar. Rose with a header on goal. Never really handy to let free headers happen, but sometimes they do. Let me check if Johnson's on the bench. I didn't see him on the bench. Ball's whipped in again from the left this time, headed away. Rothwell rushes out to try and block any cross into the middle. Yeah, Johnson is on the bench. Okay, I do apologise. Yeah. So he might as well come on then. May as well blood him back into the game. Remember, Blackburn fans, if you win this, Steve Bruce's job will be safe. Johnson is on the bench. Yeah, he is. Hope Paveda doesn't come on. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Paveda in a Rovers shirt just yet. I mean, if he does come on and then does something, it might give him confidence. There's any point bringing on loan players when you're 2-0 up? There's an argument probably to say not. But if they're the best players you've got and might help you in such a situation, then maybe. Not to forget, Mowbray's contract will be up next summer. It is. I'll have to see if that gets extended. as much as you can say, well, Mowbray, if you're Mowbray and a Mowbray, you've got to say that Mowbray's, it's a better position now the club is than when he found it. As Rothwell whips it in towards Dolan, not going to get through to him. He stabilised the club, I think. Travis now to Buckley. Teo Eden. To Rothwell. Infield to Dolan. Can he pull the trigger and fire a shot away? Not quite. Still now Dolan. Eden got an overlap from Buckley, ignores it, goes back infield to Tyrese Dolan. And the shot on goal is well saved, or rather easily saved. One more. Have to see, even though we're 2-0. 100%. Be most impressed with our defence. Yeah, definitely. Especially Jan-Paul van Hecker, who's slotted in seamlessly. He's been brilliant for us. I haven't forgot. Have a countdown for when Mowbray leaves. It's a little bit harsh. I think he'll get an extension, by the way. You're going to have to change your countdown. Can't think of a better option at the moment than Mowbray. I mean, I don't know how you're going to react to this in the comments. If Steve Bruce was to leave Newcastle, not that he, would come to Rovers, but if he was interested, I'd take him. If Mowbray's contract was to run down, I'd take Steve Bruce. At championship level, he'd be a good manager. It's ball over the top here, intended for Gallagher, who takes it down but was offside. And heck of the new Taylor Howard-Bellis. I mean, hopefully, unlike Taylor Howard-Bellis, we're actually able to buy him at the end of the season if he keeps this up. Villa on up, bad day for Cov fans. Hopefully this scoreline stays as it is. We can take the 3 points. So that it's a good day for Rovers fans. Van Hecker again clears it away. Sheaf. Van Hecker again, every time. Every time. He's unbelievable. He's been unbelievable. Every time, balls at his feet, just clears it. Sees it gone. No to Bruce, fair enough. I can see why. Roy Keane's not a better option than Bruce or Mowbray. Robbins, maybe you could argue, but no way Roy Keane. TM over Bruce. I mean, I wouldn't replace Bruce with TM if TM's still in the job. I wouldn't sack TM just to bring in Steve Bruce. But if Mowbray's contract doesn't get renewed and Bruce is still without a job, I'd obviously take him. Van Hecker clears it away again. And as far as Sheaf, it's into the middle. Should be dealt with by Kaminsky and is. No, Bruce would not be like signing Coyle. He's not as bad as Owen Coyle is. That's an insult to Steve Bruce. Yeah, geographically, Sunderland and Coventry, a rival, would make no sense, but maybe there's some underlying hate there. His international experience has been so good for Rovers. Kaminsky's or whose? I think Kaminsky's has been good as well. Van Hecker's positional sense is amazing. It is, yeah. He's been brilliant. Joe Rothwell got himself a new shirt for whatever reason. I see Damien Johnson's manager. He was under 23's manager, and then he sort of, everyone was sort of waiting for him to become Rovers boss, and then didn't happen. So maybe that might be one in the future. Rovers should deal with this, really. Nyambe shielded behind. Well done. Bruce Forsyth and Steve Bruce. You really don't like Steve Bruce, do you? Main rivals used to be Leicester, but Villa also. Fair enough. Who are your biggest rivals? Who are Coventry's biggest rivals? Is it Villa or? Because I know that Coventry and Villa, they don't really like each other, but is there one worse? Transferred in the loan market. Yeah, he's been brilliant in the loan market, definitely. Villa's biggest rivals, yeah, okay. Now Villa have got bigger rivals than Cov, surely. Have they not? Like, what about Wolves or West Brom or something like that? Rothwell's a new shirt. He got ripped when Coventry kept pulling him because he's too rapid. Fair enough. Who was the last Rovers Dutch defender? Was it Oya? I think so. Unless there's some, there's a loanee that we're forgetting about. Short-term loanee. I think Oya was the last Dutch defender for Rovers. It's Dabo against Nyambe to try and beat him. Nyambe does well to hold him up. Does very well, just keeps pushing him back. And wins the ball back, but it's given away then by Gallagher. Now Travis nips in. Brilliant from Nyambe. I thought that Dabo had gone past him. Didn't quite. Eden surely fouled. Nothing given. O'Hare now for Coventry. And that's another good piece of defending. Eden gets back. And he's able to send it out for a throw. So great bit of defending again from Rovers. Eden, I thought, was foul going forward. Didn't let it affect him. Got back. Nyambe had a bit of time. Then was put under pressure, but was able to evade it. To Van Hecker, who just so calm and composed. Good ball to Buckley, but a poor first touch. Such United, Coventry biggest rivals. Matt Oyer, nice guy. Also reminds me of Jim Carrey, fair enough. Any crowd can't hear the commentary, can't hear the stadium audio. I presume there might be, but I can't hear it, so I can't definitively tell you yes or no. Time to bring on Tavares and Hamer and Shipley, triple sub. Not fancying a bit of Martin Waghorn to try and get a goal. He's got a couple for you this season, hasn't he? One or two. Hamer's quality, though. He would add something to that midfield. Gallagher. It's a bit of a lazy ball. O'Hare tries the 1-2. Travis initially did well. O'Hare cuts in field. A great bit of last-ditch defending to prevent him from getting a shooting chance. Can now Rovers break away? Dolan looks to hold the ball up and wait to play it down the line. Gives it away. They're looking for Gallagher. Switch of play will be to no avail for Coventry, and it's a Rovers throw. Well, you had a nightmare debut for Rovers against Chelsea, but turned out a great defender. I remember the game against Everton. I say I remember it. I remember the highlights of it because I don't know if I actually remember the game. But obviously scored a late winner, didn't he, at Goodison? Back in the Premier League days. Blackburn v Burnley derby is called either the East Lancashire derby or the Cotton Mills derby. Both are interchangeable. I tend to call it the East Lancashire derby, but I know there's a lot of fans who call it the Cotton Mills derby. Of course, in reference to the fact that both Blackburn and Burnley were historically mill towns. Coventry another corner. They're doing all right. They've got a good spell. Ayala's a beast. Well, he's been good, Ayala, but Van Heck has been the better centre half today. Who would you bring Diaz on for? Just someone come on for John Buckley, please. I'm still paranoid that he's going to get a red card. When we play Leicester, it's called the M54 derby. Fair enough. Headed away into the path of Rothwell, who's got space to move into. So the ball over the top is not a bad one for Buckley. Can he nod it into his path? Not quite. Just to keep pressing. So I'm more able to clear it forward. 60 minutes down. And Hecker up to win his header. That's out for Coventry throw, or the East Lancashire Classico, the El Clasico, or the El Lan Clasico. I've heard it also called. Gallagher looks knackered. Take Bucco, Galley and Dolan off. Diaz, Butterworth and Davenport on. Definitely could do that. Could be a potential option. Dolan looking not to step in there. How's Eden played? He's been okay. Obviously had a really shaky start, but he's been alright. Brenton, mate, it's 2 a.m. Fair play. Oh, ball given away. That's poor. It's into the middle, and Coventry have scored. That's such a sloppy goal to concede. My days. That's so sloppy. And now they've got to root back in. They've got to root back in after that. It's going to be a nervy end to the game now. Nervy last half hour. Tyler Walker. And now Hamer's on for Ben Sheaf. Oh, it's going to be nervy. Poor defending. It was more a case of just giving the ball away. It's a simple ball, simple 5-yard pass that any player should be able to hit. And they couldn't hit it, and it's given away. Tyler Walker, Peter. Van Hecker again wins it back. Buckley was fouled. Yeah, maybe get Diaz on. Yeah, Coventry probably do. It's probably a fair point. They've been tons better second half. Or poor first half, but probably deserve a goal. I'd get Diaz on now. If he's fit enough to be on the bench, surely he can play about a half hour. Long ball forward, just straight through to Simon Moore. Paveda and Davenport being readied. Not the two I would have picked. I'll say that right now. Not the two I would have picked. Coventry coming in waves at the moment. Absolute waves. Dabo into the middle. Van Heck clears it away. And it should be a double change for Rovers. Davenport and Paveda on. Dolan off for Paveda. So straight swap. Buckley off for Davenport. I mean, Buckley for Davenport makes sense. Dolan's been quiet, so I suppose that one kind of makes sense too, but Paveda's not done too much in a Rovers shirt yet. Hopefully that changes. I can't remember who it was before who said they wanted Davenport on, but you got your wish. And Buckley combative early. Aggressive early, got himself booked, and then since then hasn't really got himself into too many industrious challenges. Yeah, maybe back to Van Heck. On the hit pass, Gallagher steals in. Pervader's running into the middle. Galley keeps going, trying to cut in field. Couldn't quite get past the Coventry defender. Good run forward from Gallagher in the end. Unable to amount to much. Saying cheer up. I'm just nervous. I'm always nervous. I'm constantly nervous. All right. I'm always nervous as a Rovers fan. Like, I'm just always nervous. It's just the way I am. He's in a Rovers shirt. Hope he scores. We all do. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he does. Quick score check across the division. Chill. I can't chill. I can't chill. I'm very nervous, especially when it comes to football. Especially when it comes to football, I'm extremely nervous all the time. Constantly nervous. That's just how I watch football. I wish I wasn't so nervous, but I am, and that's the way it is. So I don't think I'll be able to chill or cheer up. I'll cheer up if we score again. Usually, if we have a decent lead, I'm not so nervous. But if it's a 1-goal game, I'm just constantly nervous. That's just the way I watch football. Comes to being a Rovers fan. Gallagher looks like a great player, to be honest. He's turned up well. He's been okay today, I think, Gallagher. Or okay second half, I should say. Brilliant first half. Okay second half. I'll correct myself. Travis goes back to Lenihan. Seventh in the league at the moment. Wouldn't mind that. Yokeres has been quite quiet today. Gets the ball in field. That's not a bad effort. And it's in. That's 2-2. How in the world has that gone in? What's that come off? Did that come off the post? And just like that, it's 2-2. It's going to be a Thomas Kaminski own goal. Unbelievable. Shot from range. Come off the post. Off Kaminski and in. No one was there to close down the shot. Unlucky from Kaminski. But this is why I'm a nervous fan. This is why. Because it just switches like that. You're just conditioned as a Rovers fan. You're just conditioned. And exactly like Luton, we said we needed a third goal to shore it up, and we haven't got it. And then long balls forward that just aren't going to help us. Now the Coventry fans pipe up. Fair enough. Fair enough, like you would do. Coventry fans are now saying that they're going to win this game. You look the more likely, but we just could do with a goal just to get the lead back. Great from Teo Ed and infield to Travis. Forward to Gallagher. Whips into the middle towards the back stick. That's not a bad ball in. Can Rothwell keep it alive? Oh, he's done better than that before. And Hecker, that's probably a yellow. Waste a sub with Pervader. Butterworth snubbed again. I tend to agree. Like, get Dan Butterworth on. Like, he's our own player. You may as well use him. We bring on Pervader, does very little all the time. You got Butterworth on the bench that hasn't looked too bad. But to be fair, Paveda's done very well there to keep the ball. Can he keep it? He can. Looks like 1-2 with Gallagher. Yeah, not bad from Paveda, that. I don't mind that. And Hex there again. Everyone's saying just get Diaz on, I agree. We could do with him on at the moment. Away and loud, not listening to the commentary. I mean, from the pictures, you can sort of tell, like, yes. Got some good news for Blackburn fans. Burn losing 2-0, to be expected. Still got this. Hopefully, I mean, a couple of bad moments for Coventry. If they, one more, and then, we could be heading back in front. But Coventry look more likely at the moment. That's not a bad ball, though. Galley, Paveda's arriving in the middle. Oh, first time ball wasn't brilliant. Nyambe's going to keep it on, though. Dabo opposing him. He loses out, does Nyambe. Gives it away. Gyökeres does well to get away from Van Hecker and wins a free kick for Coventry. And now Van Hecker will get booked. I've just gone silent. Could be another 2-0 lead that we throw away. Here's Diaz, finally. He's going to come on now. Brighton on loan. He's been good so far. It's his first appearance. It's a foul, surely. It is. Right. So Diaz is going to come on. For who, I'm not sure at the moment. Kaminsky did score, but it's the wrong end. Galley's off. Diaz maybe through the middle. Oh, it'll be Diaz on the left, won't it? You'd think. It's Diaz. He can do what he wants. Holds the ball up. And wrestles to the ground. So, free kick. Should be the game that got covered. You're not the first one. It's a shame. So, do you win the bet? No, it's got to be in the right end. Come on, Diaz. Rothwell looking to whip it in. Not a bad ball towards about stick. Not in central. Oh, I thought we'd be in for 3-2. Coventry clear it away. We've got Walker up forward. You had Nyambe, tried to hold it up against Nyambe. Coventry are breaking forward here. We've got Gyökeres at the back stick. It's in the middle. Shouts for a penalty. And they've been turned down. They've got a fair claim. Rothwell runs it away. Free kick Rovers. I'll tell you what, I thought they were going to point to the spot then. Has he pointed to the spot? If he has pointed to the spot, he's left it quite late. What's happened here? No, he hasn't done. I thought he had for a second, but no, he hasn't. Sorry to worry you lot. It's not a pen. Maybe it should have been, but it's not. Nyambe as well. Infield to Paveda. Good ball to Rothwell. Looking in behind. Paveda shoots, blocked. Rothwell. Oh, thought he had more time than he did. Loses out. Gyökeres runs out of room. Yeah, Rose very lucky. I thought it was a penalty. Form Diaz didn't put him in goal. He keeps clean sheet. Problem is he has to change his name from Diaz to Daz. Yeah, let's have another look at this penalty. Van Heck is there. That's a pen. That's a Stonewall pen. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness that's a clear penalty. PC, you'd be fuming. Because if VAR was in the Championship, that would have been overturned and Coventry would have a chance to go in front from 2-0 down. Ball over the top looking for Brio. Not going to quite work out. Intercepted by Rothwell. Now Teo Eden. Yeah, nothing's going right for Rovers at the minute. Victor says, why isn't Brian Diaz in there? He is. He's just been subbed on. He's just been subbed on about 2 or 3 minutes ago. So he is. But he didn't start. How many 2-0 leads must we give away? We've already squandered 2. And, we might be able to find our way to a win yet, but so frustrating that we can put ourselves in good positions and still throw it away. Van Hecker across. Looks for Brio. Coventry stringing all the passes together at the moment. O'Hare. Dabo. Kept in play. Van Heck should run it out. Gives it away though. Good bit of skill, and Coventry are inside our penalty area again. Diaz Kaminski able to deal with it rather. Rolls it short to Rothwell. Can we find the 5th goal of the game and go back in front? Great run again from Rothwell. He's been pulled back again. He was away as well. And it was a professional foul if ever I've seen one from Todd Kane. Ref hasn't been great for either team. He's not had a woeful game, I don't think. There's been worse refereeing displays I've seen. And to be fair, I did call that Waghorn had come on, and he has done. Can Rovers try and find a winner? Rothwell gets it in the middle. Keeper comes. Hasn't found it. Oh, the goal was gaping. Stunning last ditch defending. That is some bit of work from McFadden. Oh my days, how haven't we scored there? Simon Moore has had a horrendous moment. Come too far, not got there. Ayala nearly steams in. That's a great bit of defending. McFadden gets a split second there earlier than Ayala does. If Ayala's there a second earlier, it's 3-2 to Rovers and we're back in front. That is some defending. Is that going to be it? Is that going to be our chance? Hopefully we get at least one more. Tired, very much so. Very tired. I've had very little sleep over the last 2 days. And it's about 2:30, 20 to 3. I'm very tired. Just hoping that we can get a goal now. And take the game back. Drink some gas. Bloody hell. And Hecka brilliant, but couldn't take on 2. O'Hare moving forward. Oh, it's not a bad effort from Gyökeres. Don't be like that. Reen's back. Cardiff fan from the Cardiff Watch-Along. Glad to see you back here, mate. Todd Kane has had more clubs than Tiger Woods. He's had a lot of clubs. He's had a lot of clubs. You're not wrong. If Diaz scores, you can't not do the Diaz celebration. I don't know it. I've watched it, but I haven't learnt it. Rothwell, is that a penalty? Now, Rovers have got claims for a penalty that have been turned down. Trav. Poveda looks to skip in field. Can't make it work for him. I'll learn the Diaz celebration. I'll learn it. Now Rothwell's down injured. It's not a concussion, so it's a problem because we used all 3 subs. Best game that Poveda's played in a Rovers shirt, by the way. He's been decent. Of course, we're not going off much here. But, yeah, Rothwell doesn't look in a good way. Of course, there's, no more subs we can use. Yeah, it was. That was my point. If you don't know the Diaz celebration, you just have to... Mate, I have got cerebral palsy, right? How do you expect me to do a backflip? How do you expect me to do a backflip? I've not got that in my locker. I could do the there's no current Rovers play celebrations I can do. Welcome from Brazil. Sarah, welcome from Brazil. No pen, but Rothwell looks like he's done. Hopefully he can just get up and run it off. He's walking quite gingerly, I'll be honest. Not good. He's hobbling. Do the Ryan Niame celebration. What even is that? We don't even know what that is. He's not scored yet. I could do the Benno fist bump. Yeah. Rothwell's hobbling. Not good at all. I dread to say it, but we might be down to 10 for the rest of the game, and it's not because of a red card. All set up for an Niambi winner. Hope Shirley's here and say hi, Brazil. There was a Brazilian in the comments. Someone said that from Brazil. So I just wanted to say hi to him. Like, there's a lot of people here from Chile. I appreciate all of you, but there's also a lot of people here from other places that I want to say hello to as well. Go on, Poveda. He's lost possession again. He's lost possession again. Bloody Poveda. Coventry got the ball in field again. Well defended, though. Gyökeres in field. Gets away from Davenport. Forward to Diaz. You keep running Diaz. He's should be relatively fresh despite playing 36 hours ago. Tends to believe that your problem is in midfield. Am I wrong? Maybe second half, not in general. Generally, our midfield's quite good, but today it's folded in the second half. Coventry is steaming forward at the moment, my days. For what, referee? Who scored for Rovers? Rothwell and Gallagher. Purveyor, the 2021 version of Rashina. Great technically, but a luxury player, not totally tiny on close games. Possibly. He's not been good for us, has he? That's an understatement. Problems in defence, midfield, and attack. Our defence has been... Oh, Van Heck has been good today. You know, Lennon and Ayala haven't been their best, but... Who'll get the last goal? Coventry look more like it, Corey. If anyone. I'll be honest. It's whipped in. Kaminsky does well to keep. Come on. It's gone on attack. Diaz picks it up. He's just got to run it. Let's try and find Davenport. Can't do. Now it's with Ayala. 2.5 minutes plus any stoppage time. And then down the line. Good feet. Purveyor. Looks in behind for Brayton Diaz, who's onside. Plays arriving in the middle. Tay Wedden! Finish it! Oh! Behind for a Rovers corner. That could have been the chance. Great run, Tay Wedden. Good defending. And Rovers got themselves a corner. A lot of Chilean fans. Welcome to you all. Can Rovers win it? Floated in. Headed away for another Rovers corner. Second time I've been called ugly on one of these streams. I can't show the match, it's copyright. Again floated in. Is that hit the bar? Looks like it. Half fit Diaz needs playing like this, yeah. I mean, we've seen what a fully fit Brayton Diaz can do. We're halfway through the final minute of the 90, and it looks as though it's going to end to a piece at the moment. Things could change, though, of course, as Gyökeres looks to move it forward. Ball down the line. I'll come back. I think I've just had some Wi-Fi issues there. And my TV's frozen. So I have no idea what's going on at the moment. My Wi-Fi's frozen at the worst time. I really can't tell what's going on. Try and refresh my screen. I mean, it's literally the same game, isn't it? So I've just switched it back on. Oh, how's he kept that out? That's an unbelievable save, and I've just switched back over. Still 2 minutes left. Yeah, I've just everything's just flashed back up now. I've just had a Wi-Fi problems and all that. The game froze and everything. So we're back now. Will we get another chance? Oh, it's given away. But it's a Rovers ball. Travis short to Pervader. Late free kick. It's not how it works, mate. Final chance this. Whipped in. Have I gone behind for a corner? I don't think so. I presume that's the full-time whistle. It is. That's so frustrating. I can't. Twice we've thrown away a 2-0 lead. Twice this season already we've thrown away a 2-0 lead. Unbelievable. Just the definition of frustrating. Honestly, 2-0 up. Second time. First Luton. Then sodding Coventry. 4 points just chucked away like that. It's just. What do we have to do? Why when we get a 2-0 lead, can we not hold it? I mean, the first, obviously, the first goal was woeful, just giving the ball away. We just shot ourselves in the foot. Second one was unlucky, but come on. Second time this season we throw away a 2-0 lead. It just makes. It's just so frustrating. It just is. It's so frustrating. Because Because you get yourself into a great position. They don't look like they're going to score first half. And then they're just 2 goals quickly like that. It's a joke, really. It's happened twice now. Shouldn't happen once in a season. Should never drop points from 2-0. We've done it twice this season already. Same old Rovers. To be fair, I'm not going to criticise the Davenport for Buckley sub because I think that one made sense with the game being at the state it was. I think getting rid of, like, subbing off Buckley was fair. But Ian Poveda, man, I don't see why he keeps coming on. He doesn't add anything. He actually doesn't add anything. It's probably a fair comment. Like, they deserve it off the base of the second half. 2-0 up at half time. We got battered second half. We need to go and attack it for try and get a third goal and kill the game off. I think we always have been in the championship, though. We always have been. We always have been mid-table. But it's the hope that kills you. We have a great start, edge of the playoffs, and we're thinking, oh, maybe we could push on. If we beat Luton and we beat Coventry today, we're in 5th spot in the league. We're not far off. Must be in Fade's contract. Well, tear it up. Tear it up. Drive him back to Leeds. Send him a chauffeur back to Leeds. If it's in his contract, it's not worth it. Because he's not giving us anything. He's actually not giving us anything. I'm all for getting behind the team and all that. And as long as Poveda's in a blue and white shirt, I'll get behind him. But he actually doesn't add anything. I want him to succeed, of course I do, but he doesn't look like he's going to succeed. He was okay. I mean, he had flashes. He had 1 or 2 flashes, but that's it. He gives the ball away every time he goes forward. His pass success rate must be below 30%. And you've got players like Dan Butterworth, who's our own academy prospect, better than Poveda, who's being left on the bench every week. Feels like a loss. It feels exact same. Well, doesn't feel as bad as Luton. It feels nearly as bad as Luton. Because we've thrown away a lead that we shouldn't throw away. 9th showcasing who we've played. Maybe, but we should be higher. We should have won today. We should have beaten Luton as well. When you're 2-0 up in a game of football, you shouldn't lose it. Or draw it even. You shouldn't throw it away from 2-0. You should never throw a game away from 2-0. And twice now we've done it. Fair comments on Poveda. Some work, some don't. I don't look rose the club for him. Every signing won't be Harvey. I understand that, Barfly. Like, Harvey Elliott was an anomaly, right? Harvey Elliott was an anomaly. I understand that, and I get that. Not every player is going to be as good as Harvey Elliott is. Correct. But at least most loan players we've got are actually decent. At least with someone like Harrison Reed, or someone like Tosin Adarabioyo, or someone like, I don't know, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. They offered something to us. Harvey Elliott last season was, maybe a bad example because he was over and above. But they offered something. Kadra, Reda Kadra, exactly 7788. Reda Kadra, bang on. And look, for every Harvey Elliott, there's a Raheem Harper, isn't there, or a Todd Kane? There are some that don't work out, and that's okay. There are some that don't work out, and there are some that do. But this one hasn't worked out. The annoying thing is when there's someone like Dan Butterworth on the bench, like we keep saying, who waits for his chance and should be getting his chance and doesn't get it because of someone like Poveda. That's what annoys me, because he is there ready to be used and looks positive when he comes on, and Poveda just gives the ball away 90 times. 90% of the time, sorry. What position do you drastically in sorting? None of them, really. We just need depth. We need depth in position. So if you're asking that, I think our starting 11, when all fit, is strong. Maybe right back once Nyambe goes. Yeah, it's the Leeds loans. Why bring them in over our own? If they're miles better than what we've got, then you bring them in. If they're like Harvey Elliott, where it's a once in a blue moon opportunity, you bring them in. But if they're not, then you don't bother. Defense probably, but our centre half depth, maybe depth again, because Ayala and Lenihan aren't too bad. Like, what we've got to start aren't bad. Van Hecker was quality today. We've lost in getting the point. We've lost sight of how good Van Hecker's first half was, and his second half was a bit shaky. Granted, should have been a penalty, and we're forgetting that as well, that Coventry should have had a penalty. But probably centre half, if anywhere, as Barfly says. Should have brought on Johnson instead of Poveda. Well, because he wanted to take Dolan off, and you're going to have to change his shape if you bring Johnson on for Dolan. I think Butterworth for Dolan would have been a fine sub. I would have no problem with Dolan for Poveda. Butterworth for Dolan, sorry. Poveda. Is there a way we can terminate his contract? Is that a thing? I'm just annoyed that yet again we're throwing away 2-goal leads. Twice now this season. It shouldn't happen ever. And it's happened twice in the space of about 4 games. Livid. Absolutely woeful that we consistently just chucking games away. Another 2-goal lead squandered. It's just the same old story. Same old story. And it's hard to be optimistic off the back of that, because it's just chucking points away. It's just, yeah, I'm lost for words again. Change of formation has unsettled the team. It didn't unsettle us first half. We looked fine in first half. Maybe injuries and fitness, but half the team, even over illness and injury. That was what happened to Kadri Alexander. He was ill, so couldn't play today. We just sit back when we get a 2-0 lead. We just get comfortable and sit back. Crumble under pressure. I mean, it's not a case of if leagues won't loan us players. That's not the issue. It's the financial stuff that might come off the back of a lawsuit or whatever, or like Leeds being, having disapproval about not playing him. There's probably some sort of contract, clause which means we need to play him. But if that's the case, just terminate his contract, send him back to Leeds. He's not worth keeping, even for depth. Replace him in January. We could do without him. That first goal just makes me absolutely... No one's picking him up at the front post. No one's tracked Tyler Walker's run. And we gave the ball away, so we shot ourselves in the foot twice. And the second goal, Let's have a look at this second goal. Gyökeres does well to muscle off Van Heck. Beats Davenport. Plays the ball in field. No one rushes to close down Sheaf. It's unlucky, goes in off the back of Kaminsky. And if it hadn't have gone in off Kaminsky, Tyler Walker was there to tap it in anyway. No one charges down his shot. Does Lenihan actually move out the way of that? Are you? What? Oh, don't tell me Lenihan actually moves out the way of that. I think Lenihan actually moves out the way of that ball. Maybe it was to try not to infringe on Kaminsky's line of sight, but surely Lenihan doesn't move out the way of that. I'm just so annoyed with that result. So that's probably where I'll end it, to be fair. Absolutely flat off the back of that. Again, it's just following Rovers. That's what it does to you. You gear yourself up for a weekend, especially after a very long international break, and you come back to that. It's just the same old, isn't it? Deflating, exactly. It's just the same old again. And look, we move on to QPR. Would I have taken a point before kickoff? Yes. Would I have taken it in the manner that we got it? No. I'm not happy with a point now. I'm gonna go to bed, Naive. Don't worry about me. I'm off right now. Suppose the Friday euphoria isn't going to last long because that just kills not only your day but your weekend. I'll tell you what, if we'd have got the win today, I'd have just been, slightly happier that going into tomorrow, all the work I've got to do, it gives me a little, runs on the board. But now that just gives me nothing. So tomorrow's going to be a tougher day. No worries. I don't know how many more watch-alongs I'm going to do. It's probably, for me, watch-alongs are slightly, they're on. There's very few of them left from me, probably. I plan to do every game this season, but with the way things are going to fall, I'm going to have to at least take a break very soon for multiple reasons. And that's going to probably have to come quite soon. I know that the viewership's now lower than what it was, so there's not many people that are going to hear it, but I'm going to need to take a break soon from watch-alongs for multiple reasons. So that might come soon. But while I'll do them, I'll pour my heart into them and then see where it gets us. But thanks for joining us. It was great fun again, as always. But I'll see you lot very soon. We've got the content coming up for QPR midweek. We've got all the content, of course. We've got all the pre-match, post-match for this game, and then we've got on the other sides coming up for QPR. But until then, I shall see you all later. I'm heading off to bed, and I'll leave you with a 6 yards out message to close off the stream. Bye for now.
The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.